Are you guys having trouble making good contact in this game? Are you guys having trouble getting consistent home runs every single game? Or do you guys just want to get better at hitting in general? Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you guys my hitting settings that I just learned the other day. Give you guys some tips towards the end of the video of what I do, all that type of different stuff. So sit back, relax, absorb all of this information I'm about to give you. Make sure you drop a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let's get into the hitting settings first things first, and then we'll get into the tips later in the video. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the hitting settings. Before we do, make sure you guys always change your settings in the main menu so you don't have to keep changing your settings every time you step into a online game. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, this is a new hitting setting that I'm using. It's definitely a little bit of a learning curve. Even for me, it took me a little bit of time to like adjust to it. I do think these settings are more for a high level ranked season type of player. In like the high 700s and above that in ranked seasons, I think this is mainly what it is for. So if you guys are more of a new player or a lower level player, these hitting settings can still work fine with you. It's just my other hitting settings might work better, if that makes sense. So I would definitely, if you're newer or if you're a lower level player, I'll definitely recommend looking at my other hitting setting videos. And then try that, and then come back to this one, try this one, or try this one first, and then go to that one, whatever. So as always, we use strike zone, hitting view. Everyone knows that's one of the best hitting views. Our hitting interface is on a zone. And we'll go ahead and put our PCI center on altitude. And everything else on none, 100% transparency, no fade out. And that is what I'm using as of right now. So like I was saying, I think this PCI works the best when your PCI is a little bit smaller. Like I said, for example, when you are playing in a higher division, your PCI gets very small. So a very small problem I was having with my other hitting settings is once I got into a higher division, it was hard for me to make very solid contact. Like I would pop the ball up a lot, I would ground the ball out a lot, or I would just completely whiff on the ball a lot as well. But with this PCI, right where you put the PCI is where the meat of your PCI is going. So even if you have a little tiny PCI, if you get it down, you could still swing fine with it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into some tips, what I do in my batting approach, and what you guys should do as well, especially if you're newer to the game. The two biggest problems I feel like with a new player, or maybe even a little bit experienced of a player, is there's two things. They chase the ball way too much. They don't have a good eye, and they don't have a good eye for the fastball. Those are two things you need to be ready for. So what I mean when I say you need a good eye is, as a pitcher, it's very easy to strike someone out that swings at everything. It's very easy. Once you get two strikes on you, it's very hard to make good contact. That's kind of like the battle you're trying to not get to. You're not trying to get two strikes on you, because once you get there, you're pretty screwed on your likelihood of getting a good hit. So kind of like a strategy I use when I'm really trying and like, you know, I'm playing a friend that's talking smack to me or whatever, I'm really trying to win this game, is I'll take a few pitches every single at bat. I'll make sure the pitcher pitches me a strike before I even attempt to swing my bat. And there's a few reasons for that. Reason number one is it gets the pitcher into a momentum of throwing you a first pitch strike. So if you're not swinging first pitch, it gets them into a rhythm to where, you know, later down the line in the game, when you need to swing first pitch, you can, and he won't be expecting it. Now, also what it does on the flip side is, if your pitcher doesn't pitch you a first pitch strike, it's putting pressure on him now instead of pressure on you, if that makes sense. So, like, if you're over here swinging at every pitch and you have a strike or two every at bat, it's going to be way harder for you to get a good hit opposed to you having one or two balls on you with no strikes. So that's a strategy I try to do. I try to put the pitcher in the bad spot. I try to get him to pitch me a ball or two. And like I said, even sometimes I won't swing until he gives me a strike. It just depends on the situation. You know, if there's runners on base, I might be a little more aggressive. But it's also when there's runners on base, you kind of want to be less aggressive, because that's when the pitcher's going to pitch you less good quality pitches. And lastly, the reason you want the pitcher to pitch more pitches, obviously he's going to get tired quicker. So You have an opportunity to bomb on the pitcher towards the end of his outing when he gets tired. Obviously, that's number one. Number two, the more pitches he pitches you, the more likelihood of him throwing you a meatball. It's a simple fact that if you're pitching 80, 90 pitches, 100 pitches a game, what are the likelihood you're going to throw a couple meatballs? Like, the more pitches you pitch, the more likelihood of a perfect pitch right down the middle for you that is coming. Okay, so we got off of that. We got the good eye part. Now, let's take a step back to fastballs. A lot of people have a problem with fastballs. So as a batter, I'm always waiting for the high fastball. In my head, every single pitch is a high fastball. High fastball is every single pitch. And then once you play more, you will see, like, okay, that's a curveball, that's a changeup, or that's off speed. You can tell the difference. Sometimes you can't tell the difference. Sometimes you're going to whiff on a pitch. It happens, especially in the higher divisions. It's hard to tell the difference when the ball comes so fast to you. But the point is, you're never going to catch up to a fastball if you're not ready for it, especially someone like Garrett Crochet is throwing 102 consistently. You're not, like, look at that inside fastball. If I'm not ready for that, if I'm not ready to swing at that, there's no possible way I'm hitting that. So what I do is, like I said, is I'll be waiting for a high fastball. That in my head, that's all he's pitching. But once I see it's a slider or a curveball, then I could adjust my PCI and adjust my swing, because it's a lot easier to adjust to an off speed. It's just way easier. Once you realize it's an off speed, you could easily adjust to it. But if it's vice versa, if you're waiting for a curveball or a slider, there's no way you're gonna be able to adjust to a high fastball. It's gonna be very difficult. You can do it, but it's gonna be very, very difficult. Now, another thing I'll do is I'll put my PCI right where the pitcher releases the ball, and then I will follow the ball. That's a huge tip as well, is following the ball opposed to putting your PCI where you think the ball is going to go. I don't know if that makes sense. A lot of people will just put, oh, it's a slider, let me go put my PCI down in a way where I think the ball is going to be. Nah, like, especially in lower divisions, you could easily track a ball from the pitcher's hand to your bat very easily. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Every time I drop a video like this, everyone asks me what type of hitting do I use. Majority of my hitting is normal swinging, so I'm using X on PlayStation. Majority, like 90% of the time, I'm using X. The only time I'm using contact swinging is, say, like my pitcher's up that has no contact. Obviously, I'm gonna use contact swinging. Also, like, say I have 2 strikes, there's runners on base, and I just want to get contact, then I'll use contact swinging. Like, if I have a dude on second, or even if I have a dude on third and I need, like, a sac fly, then I might even use contact the entire at-bat, just because I just simply need contact to score that runner, if that makes sense. But yeah, like I said, majority of the time, like, I think mostly all these clips, probably like 90%, maybe even 100% of these clips are all me using normal swinging. But the only problem with normal swinging is it doesn't work as well in higher divisions. It's a lot harder to get good solid contact in higher divisions with normal swinging. So it's a love-hate relationship with that. But yeah, that's how I do it. Like majority, like I'll probably say like 80% of the time, 90% of the time, I'm using normal, and then the rest is contact in certain situations. So I hope this video helped you guys out, man. If it did, like I said, don't forget to drop a like. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. A bunch of MLB content, 2K content, any type of like sports game content in general will be on this channel. Comment home run Mamba if you guys made it to the very end, so I know who my true loyals are that fuck with me to the very end of the video. And hey, everyone have a good day. Hopefully this video helps you become a goated MLB player, man. And yeah, we'll see you guys in another video. Have a good day. Peace.